Good morning, Algebra 1. So this is Mr. Osborne. Um, some of you guys got my message last night. I'm not going to be here today just because I hope you had a chance to see it. Our soccer team did win the semifinal for the state playoff. So we're headed out to Thousand Oaks, California, or actually Oxnard, California, which is up by Ventura past LA. And we're going to be staying overnight. So I have to leave early this morning. And we're going to be playing for the Southern California Championship for soccer tomorrow on Saturday. So what I've got is a lesson plan for you. I'm going to finish the rest of your notes for you guys in third period and fourth period because we didn't finish in class. And then there's a worksheet that follows with that. Once you guys finish that, take some time to do that. And there's also going to be another ed puzzle about multiplying polynomials, and I want you guys to see that as well. Okay, so let's continue. So yesterday we were talking about adding and subtracting polynomials. Remember this, again, this is the same thing as just combining like terms. But sometimes we have to simplify before we actually combine the like terms. And then the last step is always putting it in standard form. Okay, so the first example I want to show you guys, and I know fourth period you already got this one, so you could kind of skip ahead if you need to, but third period you didn't, is going to be 12x squared minus 7x in parentheses, and then minus 6x squared plus 4. Okay, so again, like we talked about in class, if you have a negative in the middle and of the parentheses, everything to the right is going to change, all the signs, because it's basically like we're taking this -1 and we're multiplying it to each number, and that will change the signs. So here, I'm going to take this negative, and it's going to change each sign to the right. So again, everything to the right is going to change signs. Okay? So then, on the next step, I can take away the parentheses because nothing changes here on the left. Okay, but now this 6 becomes negative 6x squared, and this 4 becomes negative 4. And then the next step is just combine like terms. Combine like terms. Okay, so again, like terms is anything that has the same variable and exponent. So if I put a square around that one because it has x squared, the -6 also has x squared, and I'll add those two together. And then the others are this -7x, which is not a like term to 4 because 4 does not have x. So I'm going to put a different shape around that one. Okay, so now we need to go, let's first do the x squared. 12x squared minus 6x squared. And remember, I'm doing this one first because standard form, we have to go highest exponent first. So 12x squared minus 6x squared, 6x squared. Okay, then we go again down from the highest exponent to the lowest, and then we finish with the constant, or the number that has no variable. So the next one would be -7x, and then minus 4. Okay, and that is in standard form. Okay, all right, next example, and I'm going to do the same problem in parentheses, except this time not a plus and a negative in the middle, but a plus in the middle. Okay, when you have plus in the middle, that's not going to change anything here, so I can simply just take the parentheses away. And I don't have to change anything, just take the parentheses away. But again, we need to combine like terms, just like we did in the step before, and the same terms are like terms. It's just now that this 6 is positive and this 4 is also positive. So now 12 plus 6x squared is going to be 18x squared. And then again, the same terms follow after that, -7x, and now plus 4. And again, that's our standard form. All right. Okay, one more example. So this last example is going to be 3x minus 5x squared plus 6x minus 4 plus 2x squared, and then minus 1. Okay, now if you notice, there's no parentheses, nor a negative in the middle. So I can go straight to the step of combining like terms here. Okay, and most of the problems you see will start like this. Okay, so now for the 3x, I'm going to put a square, and I look for any other term that has just x and no exponent, or at least an exponent has 1, because if there's nothing there, it's 1. And that would be the 6x, okay, and nothing else. Okay, I go to the next term, this negative 5x squared, so I look for another x squared term, and that will be 2x squared. Okay, and nothing else. And then the last terms we have is negative 4. It has no x, and so does this negative 1 has no x, so those are like terms. And now again, we want to go in order. Again, we start with the highest exponent first, and that would be these x squared terms. X squared is the biggest exponent, so now I'm going to do negative 5 plus 2, and that's going to be negative 3x squared. Okay, and then the next was going to be 3x and 6x, which adds to positive 9x. Okay, and then the last one would be the constants, or the numbers without variables. So it'd be negative 4 and negative 1, which makes negative 5. Okay, and that is our standard form. I'm going to add one more to your notes to help you with the homework that you're going to be doing in the worksheet. So you guys can flip over to the next page. So if I have a shape, let's say a rectangle, okay, and I say find the perimeter, okay, and let's say this side is 3x, and let's say this side is 2x plus 2. Well, if you guys remember what perimeter means add all the sides. Okay, and I emphasize all the sides, not just this side and this side, but this side, this side, this side, this side. So I need to figure out what these sides are, and you guys know this side is the same as this one, so this has to be, almost dropped my pencil. This has to be 3x, and the one above has to be the same as below, so 2x plus 2. So what I'm going to do, and actually, you know what? Let's change up something real quick. Let's make that 3x squared. So then this will also be 3x squared, just to make it more interesting and a little bit easier, more like what you're going to actually have to deal with. Okay, so now I have to add all the sides. So now I'm going to add 3x squared plus 2x plus 2. I'm going to put these all in parentheses. Okay, plus 3x squared again, plus 2x plus 2. Okay, so if you notice, I had to add 4 different sides. Okay, so you add them all together. So again, you're just going to be combining like terms like we did before. And now there's all plus in the middle, so I don't need to do anything with the, I don't need to change any signs, so I'm just going to take away the parentheses. And really, you didn't have to put the parentheses. I just always do that. Okay, so now, combine like terms, 3x squared, those are the same, so, and then remember they go first, so 6x squared. Then 2x and 2x. That's going to make 4x. And then our last term, or constant, 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay, that is the perimeter. So it's not like an answer, it's like an expression. Okay, so the answer is written as an expression because it's something that can change, it's variable. Okay, and again, that's written in standard form. So that's how you find the perimeter of any of these objects in your homework. Okay, and that's it. I will see you guys on Monday and wish us luck. All right, bye guys.